What's going on, guys? A few days ago, it was my birthday on January 23rd. I turned 37. I'm getting closer to 40, and it's scary. It's scary. But so over the weekend, I had to work all week, right? I have 2 jobs. I've been working like 16-hour shifts, 4 days a week, right? So I'm off today. Today's Friday, and I'm celebrating my birthday. I got a drink right here, and yeah, I'm celebrating my birthday this weekend. But I wanted to make a video because I realized that when you leave any cult, right? Especially the Jehovah's Witnesses, but when you leave any cult, there's gonna be some trauma, right? There's gonna be some backlash. You're gonna be shunned, ostracized, the whole nine, right? But when you learn to put things in perspective, it changes the entire narrative, right? And that is why now I've been shunned, ostracized from my family for about 9 months or so, right? It's been a little under a year, right? But once I learned to change, I had to alter my perspective of the whole situation, my perception of the entire situation, right? Once you change that, it's literally a game changer, actually. It's literally a game changer, right? Because you say to yourself, you know what? You have 2 choices. When you do your research and you wake up from the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses, right? When you do your research and you say, oh shit, I've been fed lies my entire life. This is not the true religion. This is just another man-made organization, another man-made religion, right? So when you do your research, like I did, right? I had 2 options. I said, A, I can either, still be in it for my family, just, put on a fake persona, put on a fake act, put on a fake show, just to please my family and JW friends, right? I could do that for them. Go out in service, go to all the meetings, even give commentary in there once in a while, right? I said to myself, I could do that. I have the option to either do that, right? Or I could tell these people, all my Jehovah's Witness family, all my JW friends, I could tell all my JW people, friends and family, guys, listen, I know that you think that what I'm about to tell you is apostate lies, but I've done my research. X, Y, and Z. I've done my research. And I hate to tell you this, but this is not the true religion for X, Y, and Z, right? Now, if you say that to any devout witness, you will be shunned on the spot, right? And unfortunately, that is the mistake that I made, right? Well, I don't want to call it a mistake. It's not a mistake. When you approach your JW family and friends, right? And you say, guys, listen, I love you guys. I've done my research. I encourage you guys to please do your research. Please. Because once you do your research, you will see that this is not the truth, right? Now, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be shunned if you said it to a JW, right? But the title of this video is Perspective is Everything. When you leave the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Perspective is everything, right? So, and I know a lot of ex-JWs, they say, oh, don't do that. Don't go, I'm not saying to go hardcore. I'm just saying just to encourage your JW family and friends, right? Just like the governing body leaders, they say, do the fact checks. Apostates will send you all these lies, fact checks, right? That's what they say. That's what they tell JWs, right? Jehovah's Witnesses. So I feel like ex-JWs should be able to say the same thing. Fact check what your governing body leaders are saying. Fact check them. Make sure that what they are saying is legit, right? If you encourage Jehovah's Witnesses to do their research, right? Obviously, they're brainwashed. So they may feel a bit held back. They may feel a bit held back to do any additional research outside the organization, right? Obviously. But you're still being honest. And that is one thing about me. Like, when I did my research, I had two options. I could either played it off and, been a PMO, and still go to the meeting, still go on service. I could have put on an act for my family and JW friends, but I said, you know what? I can't do this. When you find out the truth about the truth, like me personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but me personally, I can't put on an act. Like my conscience would kill me, knowing that this is not the truth, knowing that this is just another man-made organization, right? So, I told my JW family and friends, guys, I love you. I encourage you guys to do your research. Obviously, I got shunned, right? But I was telling the truth. When you tell the truth, when you are honest with people, when you're honest and open, and you're just real, raw and authentic, right? You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Even if the outcome is negative, you can't go wrong because you're being honest, you're being real, you're being authentic, you're being true to yourself. You have good objectives for others, right? You're trying to help people to wake up. So I got shunned for the right reasons. I don't regret it at all. I would never regret that. Imagine you're about to get hit by a car, right? You go in the middle, you run in the middle of the street, and you're about to get hit by a car, right, or a truck, and you have to tell people what happened afterwards. And you say, "Oh," and people asking you, "Why on earth did you run in the middle of the street? Why? Why did you jeopardize running in the middle of the street? You could have died. What happened? Why did you do that?" Right? And then you tell them, there was a child, there was a kid in the middle of the street. He was about to get hit by a truck. I saw a kid. He was about to get hit by a truck. So I ran. I pushed him. I wanted to save his life, even if it cost me my life. If you told somebody that, right, that would change the entire narrative of the situation. They would be like, "Oh, whoa, you ran in the middle of the street to save somebody's life. Whoa, that's commendable. That's You didn't even care about your own life. You cared about this child's life, this kid's life, right? Your entire perspective of that person, of the situation would change, right? So likewise, when I was telling my worldly friends, right? When I was telling my worldly friends, the non-JWs, how I'm being shunned, a few of them are like, "Whoa, what did you do? If your family are not talking to you, what did you do to them?" Right? And then I had to tell them, "Hey, listen, I was born and raised in a cult. I didn't know. I did not know it was a cult at the time, obviously, right? Because I was born in it. But I've done my research and I realized that this is not the true religion." And I told my Jehovah's Witness family and friends about this. The minute I told them this, they got all defensive because they are there to protect the organization. And they don't want to hear any negativity, they don't want to hear any negative criticism about their organization, right? So once I said that changed people's perspective, right? And they realized that, oh shoot, you know what, you did the right thing, because all you did was you was honest with them. You was honest and open with them, and you was trying to help them to see that, hey, listen, the organization that you're in, this is not it. This is not it, And that's why I say, when you're shunned, if you're being shunned by your Jehovah's Witness family and friends, when you look at the entire situation, right, you should be way more relieved knowing that you're being shunned for the right reason. You're being shunned for something because you stood up for yourself and for your family, and you have good motives, you have good intentions. You're telling your family and friends and the organization, listen, I love you guys. I care about you guys. But this is not the truth. I've done my research. I encourage you guys to do a fact check. The governing body leaders say to fact check things, right? They talk bad about apostates, or apostates don't know what they're talking about. Do the apostates fact check things? So I encourage Jehovah's Witnesses to do the same thing about their leaders, their organization. Fact check it. Fact check things. Fact check it. Because apostates, we have nothing to lie about. We have no stories to make up out of thin air. We used to be an organization. We left for a reason. There are literally thousands of people leaving this organization every year. Hundreds of thousands every year, right? And if you are being shunned for being your true, authentic self, just for warning other people in a religion, hey, this is not it. If you're being shunned for that, for doing the right thing, you should be, even though it hurts to be shunned, right? My mom told me never talk to me ever again. Both of my brothers blocked me. That killed me. The first 6 months of me waking up, not waking up, but me coming out as an apostate, the first 6 months, that killed me. That killed me. That hurted me. Every time I would see a mother with her sons or a large group of family members, associating with each other, I would tear up. Because I am 100% ostracized from my entire family. I'm cut off. My brothers, my mom, they are not talking to me because I was open and honest with them, right? And when I thought about it several months later, I said, you know what? I could have been fake. I could have came back, put on a fake persona. I could have been an MS, an elder in the future, right? I could have been a pioneer. I could have put on this act that most Jehovah's Witnesses do. They put on this act, right? I could have done this. But you know what? That would have been worse than me being honest and open with my Jehovah's Witness family and friends. That would have been worse. Me coming back, being fake, being an MS, elder, a pioneer, putting on this persona that's just JW fakeness. Nah, I'm not doing that. Especially when you know the truth about the truth, right? Like when you know the truth about the truth, you wish you could unlearn certain things, right? Like in some ways, it would be way, way easier if I didn't know the truth. If I didn't know the truth about the truth, right? If I didn't do my research, if I didn't wake up, right? If I was still brainwashed and indoctrinated, that would be way easier than waking up and learning all the lies and corruption in the organization, right? Like sometimes I wish I didn't know, but it's too late. Once you wake up, you can't go back. There is no going back. Once you do your research and you realize that this organization is a man-made organization based on lies, there is no way in hell you can go back to that. There's no way. Whew. Sorry, guys. This Hennessy is good. Yeah, so you can't go back to that. And the thing is, you gotta change your perspective. If you're being shunned, right? Of course it hurts. It hurts. When you don't talk to your family, your Jehovah's Witness friends, people you know for 20 plus years, of course it hurts. It hurts. But guess what? It would hurt even more if you put on a fake persona. If you was in an organization, you put on an act, right? If you put on this act for your family and friends, people that would shun you like this, they don't even really care about you. You think about it. They may care about you. They don't really love you. Their love is fake. As we know, it's so conditional, right? So imagine you wasting 20, 30 plus years putting on this fake persona, this fake act. You being a wide awake witness. You know the truth about the truth. You did your research. You know it's not the truth, right? But you also know that if you say something, these people are going to shun you. But you go with the flow anyway. You still go to your meetings. You still go out in service. You still comment, right? You still put on an act as being a witness, right? Now let's fast forward to the future, 20 years from now, right? The year is now 2044, right? And you're now an older person. You're now middle age, maybe even close to the 60s, 70s, right? And all this time you was putting on an act to please your Jehovah's Witness family and friends. And these people, remember, they may care about you, but they don't really love you because they will shun you like this. Now, me, I'm big on people being 100% authentic and real and true. I'm big on that, right? And that's who I am. I'm always honest, real, and true, no matter what. You're going to either hate me or love me because I'm me, regardless. I'm going to be myself no matter what, right? And I said to myself, when I woke up, I did my research while I was the fellowship. I did my research, I woke up, right? And I said to myself, oh shit, I'm about to be reinstated soon. What should I do? Should I keep my mouth shut and have my Jehovah's Witness family and friends that would shun me like this in a heartbeat? Or should I be open and real with them, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to be my true, authentic self. I know this is not the truth. I want everybody else to know that this is not the truth as well, right? I want the whole world, all Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. I want everybody to know that this is not the truth. So what do I do, right? So I said, you know what? I want people to either love me for who I am, or if you're going to shun me, you're going to shun me because I'm still going to be who I am. I'm still going to be real. I'm still going to be authentic, right? And if you don't love me when I'm being honest with you, then guess what? You are not meant to be in my life. You are not to be a part of my journey, my destiny. We're done, right? If you want to shun me because I'm being honest with you about your organization, then that tells me a lot about you. That tells me a lot about who you are, right? And you know what? If you can't tell people your truest thoughts and your truest feelings, right? If you can't tell people the real deal, then those aren't your people. And that includes your family. Sad to say, that includes your family. So I told my family, they were the first people I told I was going to leave. I was going to disassociate. I was going to leave the organization. My family were the very first people I told, right? And I was in a group chat, a group chat on WhatsApp, right? It was my mom, my aunt, my two brothers, and one of my brother's wives, right? And I told them, I said, guys, I love you very much. However, I don't believe that this is the true organization. I encourage you guys to do your research. I love you guys very much. And I left the group chat. Now, I already knew it was going to happen. I was praying and hoping that my family would do their research. I was praying and hoping that they would listen to me because they know me. I have no reason to lie to them. I have no reason to sway them away from the organization unless it's for a valid reason, right? And I know that this is, especially my mom, like, this is all she's ever known growing up. I'm sorry, not growing up, but this is all she'd ever known in the last almost 40 years now. She wasn't born and raised in an organization, right? But she was around it for the last 40 years. So her son telling her, hey, this organization, the thing that you breathe, eat, shit, believe in 100%, this is her entire life. I'm telling her, this is not the real deal. She couldn't comprehend that. So it was easier for her to say, oh, don't talk to me ever again. Don't talk to me ever again. That was easier for her to do than for her to realize that she wasted almost 40 years in this organization. Right? But as I said before, I am completely shunned by my family, completely shunned. But when I changed my perspective on the situation, I said, hold up. They don't want me. They want the fake version of me. They want the brainwashed version of me that's going to believe any and everything from the governing body leaders, right? Just like they're doing. They want the version of me that's going to just devote my entire life to this organization without questioning things. That makes no sense. Where's the common sense in that? They want the version of me that's going to go out in service, give all these talks, do all these man-made shit all these man-made stuff that means nothing in real life, right? It means nothing. But being a man-made organization, ask no questions, just devote my entire life to the governing body leaders. That is the version of me that they wanted. When I got reinstated, that is the version of me that they wanted. I said, no, you're not getting that version. You're getting the real me. When you do your research, there is no going back to that organization. There's no going back. So I recently know how to change my perspective. I'm completely shunned, like I said, right? But guess what? I am now way, way happier than I was ever before. Even though I'm being shunned. And mind you, my mother told me, don't talk to me ever again. Both of my brothers blocked me, right? My aunts blocked me, right? I am shunned. I am 100% shunned and ostracized. But guess what? I'm still here. I'm still here. And for all of you ex-JWs that are being shunned, I encourage you, once you change your perspective on the situation, things get better. It gets better. Because you are presented with two options when you wake up. You could be fake, still go to the meetings, still go out in service, still put on this act for people that don't care about you, right? You guys know, you guys know, your JW family and friends will shun you in a heartbeat. That's not even a question. They will shun you. If you start asking too many questions, if you're real with them, if you say, listen, I've been watching some YouTube videos. Oh, this is not the truth. I did my research. This is not the truth. If you say that to them, your ass is going to be shunned like that. They will shun you in a heartbeat. So you might as well be real with them, right? Sorry, not everybody could do that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. Not everybody could be 100% honest and real, because a lot of people can't handle not having their families. So I don't mean to say what I just said. Not everybody cannot handle not having their families, right? So I'm not saying for everybody to just say, oh, this is not the truth. No, because to be shunned and ostracized by your family, that's hard as hell. That's hard. And I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't wish that on nobody, right? I understand that some people they have to put on this act. They have to continue to go to the meetings. They have to be a PMO, right? Because they will be kicked out. They will be kicked out from where they live. They may not have work, because a lot of JWs work for. A lot of JWs work for other JWs, right? So I'm not saying that just because you woke up, they just put the word out there, right? But I'm just saying, for those of you that are shunned, for those of you that have put the word out there and said, listen, this is not the true organization. Those of you that already made that commitment to not be a part of that organization, by all means, this video is for you guys. For anybody that's being shunned and ostracized, I just want to encourage you guys, once you change your perspective, because like I said, there's only two options. You can either continue to be in the organization for your family and JW friends, people that will leave you like that, people that don't really love you unconditionally, right? Their love is fake. It's a fake love. So you could continue to put on that act for your conditional friendships, right? Or you can tell people, your JW family and friends, I encourage you guys to do your research. You don't even have to go into details. You don't even have to say anything apostate-like. All you can say is, I encourage you guys to do your research on this organization. You'll either say that apostates don't fact-check things, but what about Jehovah's Witnesses? Do Jehovah's Witnesses fact-check what the governing body leaders are saying? It's a two-way street. Now, the governing body leaders will say, oh, apostates don't fact-check things, but what about the governing body leaders? You know what? This is hilarious. This is hilarious, because any Jehovah's Witness with a brain in their head, right? They should really think about this part. If this is the truth, right? If this is supposed to be the truth, why is it that the governing body leaders don't say to their members, you know what? We know we have the truth. We encourage all of you Jehovah's Witnesses to look at the apostates material, because we have the truth. So we want you to look at all the apostate material, and we know that you're going to come back, because we have nothing to hide. We have nothing to hide. In fact, we want you guys to compare notes. We want you guys to look at jw.org and all this apostate material. We want you guys to look at everything, because We know we have the truth. And once you see all the apostate lies on the media, on YouTube, on Reddit, on Google, once you guys see all the apostate lies, you're going to come back running to us. So we want you guys to look at everything. We want you to look at the apostate stuff. We want you to look at the JW stuff as well. JW.org. Because once you hear the apostate lies, you will come back running to us. Does that happen? Does that happen in an organization of Jehovah's Witnesses? Do they ever encourage Jehovah's Witnesses to look at outside information, knowing that, oh, we have the truth, so you can look at whatever? No. Instead, they do the opposite. They try to control what they watch. They try to control what Jehovah's Witnesses watch. So any Jehovah's Witness with a brain in their heads, they should come to the conclusion, hey, if this is really the truth, then why aren't we allowed to look at outside information? Because no matter what we see on the outside, no matter what we see, even if they're apostate material, we should come to the conclusion that we have the organization, that we have the true organization, we have the truth. As I always say, there is no critical thinking in the Jehovah's Witness religion. Because any Jehovah's Witness that's watching all this that's hearing all this apostate material, like there's talks about apostates now. There's a watchtower. They recently had a whole watchtower about apostates, which means that the organization, they're fearful now. They're fearful of the apostates. Because they know that apostates are waking up people, right? But any Jehovah's Witness with common sense should say to themselves, you know what? There's awfully a lot of talk about apostates. But this is supposed to be the truth. The truth is supposed to be able to withstand anything, any and everything, right? So how come we can't listen to these so-called apostate lies? Why? Why not? This is supposed to be the truth, right? Even if I hear something or watch something from an apostate, I should be able to say, oh, that's not the truth. Now they're lying. They're full of shit. They're hypocrite, right? If a Jehovah's Witness was to hear an apostate, YouTube, Reddit, Google, whatever, right? They should still have the truth in their hearts. There should be a wake-up call for any Jehovah's Witnesses that have questions, that have doubts. How come we can't listen to apostate stuff if this is the truth? Perspective is everything. When you put things in perspective, right? It changes the entire scenario. The entire scenario. Once again, those are being ostracized. Those are being shunned, just like me, right? When you change your perspective, your outlook on the situation, and you have to remind yourself, listen, if I was in this organization, yeah, I would still have my JW family and friends. I would still be able to talk to them, but it wouldn't be real. They want the fake version of me. They want the version that devotes my entire life to this man-made organization that asks no questions. I can't have any doubts. I just have to blindly believe. I just have to have faith. And mind you, all those Jehovah's Witnesses, all your Jehovah's Witness family and friends, 20 years from now, they're going to be wasting away their life, still waiting for a paradise earth that's never going to happen. You get to live your true authentic life. And you know what? I say that's worth being shunned for. That's worth being shunned. Shun my ass. Because guess what? I now get to live and be my real and true authentic self. You can't put a price tag on it. You can't put a price tag on it. And like I always say, there is no time machine. There's no time machine. There's going to be a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses waking up in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, right? And I'm glad they're going to be waking up. I'm glad they're going to be waking up. But they shouldn't have had wasted so much of their precious life. No way in hell. Now, at least you might be shunned, but you're real, you're true, you're authentic. You're telling your JW family and friends, guys, I love you, but this is not the truth. Now, if they decide to shun you, that's on them, not on you, because you did your part. You was honest, you was real, you was authentic, you was open with them, right? So, yes, it hurts being shunned. But you know what else hurts? Being fake. Going to meetings, going out in service, commenting, knowing that this is not the truth, putting on a fake persona, putting on a fake act. That's worse than being shunned. Because you know why? Because time is precious. We have one life to live. Only one life to live. All your JW family and friends, if they want to shun you for a man-made organization, they want to waste their life, let that life rot away, so be it. You did your part. You was open, you was honest with them, you told them, do your research. Oh, and they did, no, apostate. Because you're being honest with them, that makes you an apostate, because you're telling people to fact check things, just like the governing body leaders tell their members to fact check the apostates. Like I say, tell Jehovah's Witnesses, fact check. Fact check what your organization is telling you. They're talking about the apostates. What about the governing body leaders? Fact checked it. If this is supposed to be the truth, then guess what? Jehovah's Witnesses should be able to look at any and everything online, on YouTube, Google, Reddit. If this is the truth, Jehovah's Witnesses should be able to look at anything. No questions asked, no excuses. Jehovah's Witnesses should be able to look at YouTube apostate videos and come back to the conclusion that this is the truth. But they can't do that, can they? All they can look at is jw.org. What a coincidence. The people telling you that, these are apostate lies, they get to control what you watch. They get to control your entire life. And meanwhile, you have to wait for a paradise earth. That's never going to happen. So if you are being shunned, if you're being ostracized by your Jehovah's Witness family and friends, I hope that this video can give you guys some peace of mind. I pray that this video can give you guys some peace of mind. Because you are being shunned for the right reason. Because you have chosen to be real. You have chosen to be authentic. You have chosen to be truthful, right? You can't go wrong by being truthful. You cannot. Even if you're being shunned, guess what? You're being shunned for the right reason. Perspective is everything. It's everything. You have to alter your perspective and your perception. And that will make you way happier. Like I said, my mom told me, never talk to me ever again. I have two brothers. One is the elder. Blocked me. They both blocked me. What happened to love thy enemy? Turn the other cheek. Forgive your brother up to 77 times. Where's the Christian love? Where's the Christian love in the organization? Because I told them, guys, do your research. I gotta be shunned. So my family could believe 9 men in upstate New York. They don't give a fuck about them, right? They could believe 9 men in upstate New York. They don't even care about them. But they won't listen to their own flesh and blood. That is just simply telling them, do your fucking research. Do your research. And you will see that I'm not lying. Fact check the governing body leaders, just like they tell the members to fact check the apostates. It's a two-way street, buddy. It's a two-way street. Guys, I love you. Anyone that's being shunned and ostracized, know that I love you. Know that you are not alone. Know that you have a whole XJW community for you. YouTube, on Facebook, on Reddit, you guys are not alone. But if you're being shunned for the right reason, please, I encourage you, change your perspective on that situation. Because you're doing the right thing. You can't go wrong when you're doing the right thing. You can't go wrong. And remember, all these people that are shunning you, they're not real people. I said this before, and I will say it again. You cannot find something right from something wrong. In other words, this whole organization is false. is based on lies, false hopes, right? So of course you're not going to find real people in a fake, false organization. If the entire organization is false, then guess what? The people in it, they're going to be false and fake too. You can't find something real from something false, from something fake. You can't find real people in a fake organization. The whole entire organization is based on lies and fakeness. It's all false. So you can't find real people in an organization. So I hope that brings you guys some peace of mind, knowing that there is no Jehovah's Witnesses. A lot of them might have real good intentions, right? But the love is fake as hell. The love is fake. So if you're being shunned by a JW, even if it's your family member, know that there are plenty of people outside of the cult that will love you unconditionally. And I can say this because I've met so many people, not just here in America, but all around the world, that love me way, way better. And I hate to say this, they love me way better than my own family, way better than any Jehovah's Witness I've ever known. There's a whole world out there. Mind you, there's 8 billion with a B, 8 billion people out there. So don't let 8 million people, 8 million fake Jehovah's Witnesses get to you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's a whole world out there, right, guys? Keep that in mind. I love you guys, and I just want to encourage anyone who's being shunned and ostracized, just change your perspective. Once you realize that you're being shunned for the right reasons, once you realize that you're being real, you're being true, you're being authentic, and if someone don't like you because you're being real, true, and authentic, then guess what, buddy? That is their problem, not yours. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video, as always.